Hi guys, welcome to Oz Mining. Just a quick farm update. I thought I'd just do a quick walk around and just sort of share what I'm mining at the moment, current strategy and some upcoming projects. I did a quick YouTube short a few days ago just to give a little bit of a teaser about what's coming on today's video and ahead in the next few weeks. So it's early November 2023. I guess we're now over a year into the post-Ethereum merge, and bear market's still pretty much on, but we're seeing a few little potential peaks in a few things. KASPA's going pretty strong. Looks like Dynex and Radiant mining pretty well, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the farm. Let me talk you through what's happening. So yeah, down here we've got a 8 GPU flux rig, mix of 3060s and 3060 Ti's. Mining away. I've been mining flux. This rig hasn't switched off for probably a couple of years now, so running pretty smooth. The one tweak with this rig that I am going to be doing is I'm going to be just expanding this rig to I'm going to try 11, possibly 12 cards. I've got some new motherboards which I'll talk about in a minute. I'm going to turn this into a 12 card rig. Really happy with flux. That's a long-term one that I'm just accumulating, and I'm using HiveOS, so over 4 rigs you pay for HiveOS, so I just want to maximise the amount of cards I've got on those 4 rigs. So if I can do 4 rigs times 12, I can get 50 cards mining for free. On this rig as well, I'm also using these smart switches that I've been doing some other videos on, and they're working really well for me. So I'm using these to switch my rigs on remotely on a timer. So every morning around 7-8 a.m. when my solar panels get activated in the morning, which is around that time, this will then is scheduled to switch my rigs on at that time, and then I mine all day, and then I use the scheduling service that you can do in HiveOS to firstly stop my rigs from mining for about 5 minutes, then do a shutdown. So I'm using, hardwired switches that I can control via Wi-Fi and do schedules, combining with the HiveOS scheduled shutdown service that you can implement as well. So that rig's going really well. Got a few other cards dotted around here. 1080 Ti, planning to sell that. They're still actually not going for bad dollars. I was thinking about maybe just keeping it as a little bit of a showpiece, but I think I will let that Founders Edition go at some point. I've got some nice, picked up some bargains here. So these are Asus RTX 3070s. I've just picked up a few more of these for about 330 Oz dollars. So probably around 200 US, a little bit less than 200 US dollars. I think that's a cracking buy for these cards, and I think they're going to mine well for the next few years into the next bull run. So yeah, just accumulating a few cards where I can. Got a Galax 2080 here. Look, not the best card for mining. Does get quite hot. It's not the best with the fans and the shrouding around it. So that is a card that I am going to be cleaning up and selling shortly. Again, not bad prices for some of these cards. Finally I can pick up sometimes, these RTX 3070s for less than you can for some cards like 2080s. So I think it just depends who's looking for what cards in the market. Again, this has got great RGB on it, so maybe gamers are more keen for this sort of card. But yeah, just going to tweak some of my cards around, sell some things, bring some things in. Got a rig here which I'm going to be basically deconstructing. I want to make all my rigs about 10 to 12 cards. I do like the open air rigs. For me, I don't see the value in buying those server cases. I just think they're like $1,000 plus, and it's really just housing the cards. So I really like these open air rigs. Works for me, keeps all the cards nice and consolidated in a unit. And yeah, I don't see the point of spending thousands of dollars buying those sort of server cases like the Optiminers and things like that. So yeah, so these cards got some 3060 Ti's and a 3070 there. Going to be breaking that apart. This is an old, I think, X99 motherboard. These were great actually when I was using those 3060s with the, I don't know if you remember the 4070.2 driver or something, where you could get the maximum hash rate on those 12GB 3060s. This is a great board because you could actually get 5 or 6 of those cards, and not a lot of motherboards could take that. So, but I don't need this anymore. I'm going to be selling that, and on the gamers market, I'm finding the X79s and the X99s still get a good price. So get another rig I'm going to be deconstructing. I've actually brought a few gigabyte mining boards to do 12 cards. So I'm going to be getting rid of some of my older motherboards. Up here we've got a couple of open air rigs. I am going to be fully deconstructing these. Over here it's a full AMD RX 580 rig. I'm probably going to just clean those cards up and box them away. I think I will keep them for the current price in the market. I think I'm just going to hang on to those cards and just put them in a box probably for 6 months, a year. And over here I've got a mixed rig. We've got some RX 580s, but also got some 2060s, 1660 Supers. A little bit of a mixed rig there. I'm actually going to be deconstructing this rig in the next few days, and I'm actually going to be setting up a new rig. I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll come back to that in a minute. A little clue will be that card at the back. So if you know what that card is at the back there, comment down below before you watch the end of the video, and I'll see who's right on identifying what card that is. But yeah, probably be using this motherboard again. So I'll probably just leave this rig here and just set up a new rig with that, just to test it and get up and running. And then I'm probably going to then build an open air sort of mining frame like that. Got a nice rig down here. This has got a few mixed cards down here, some MSI Gamer X 3070s. I've got some 2070 Supers in there, and up here I've got some 6060 Supers. So I'm probably going to take this rig apart, and what I'm going to be trying to do is just get rigs where I've talked about this before, I just like getting one type of card on there. So, you know, if it's 3070s, 3060s, 3060s, I just get one type of card on there. But also I like to get the same brand of card as well. For example, I've got 3 MSI Gaming X trios here. I'm just going to try and accumulate and get 10 to 12 of them and have all of them on the same rig. I find it makes rigs so much more stable operating. Even sometimes you have different brands of like RTX 3070s, it can often still make your rigs a little bit more temperamental. So yeah, so that's my plan with that. I'm going to use that frame and just consolidate a whole batch of 3070s on that one. I've got some 2060 Supers up here. When I was mining Ethereum, I found that these worked really well by taking the back of the casing on and repasting these. I really got the temperatures down on these very nicely. I can see on the market these are actually going for not too bad dollar value, so I might just get these put back together, give them a good clean up, and I might just sell them so I can reinvest in, for me, like 3070s and some other cards which I'll talk about in a minute. But to be honest, they're also not too bad for mining Dynex. So look, I might just test a few of them mining Dynex and see where we go. Over this side of the farm down here, I've been buying a few things over the last sort of 3 to 6 months in the bear market. I think I'm going to do a separate video in a minute called Bear Market Bargains, where just picking up stuff dirt cheap, even getting bargains where I can buy stuff and almost flip it straight away and make a profit. So I guess, yeah, I'm mainly buying to upgrade my farm, where I'm going to be selling things like RX 580s and maybe replace with RTX 3070s. I'm happy with that. But look, if I get a whole batch of, say, RTX 3070s for a real good price and I can flip them on and make a few dollars, then I might just do that as well. You know, it's all part of the business model, trying to make a profit, whether I'm crypto mining or I'm buying and selling GPUs, or, you know, I even do trading crypto as part of my business model. So lots of different ways. As long as we're making money and the business is turning over revenue and making a profit, that's the name of the game. Also up there, just pointing out as well, I do have quite a few gold shell box miners. I'm going to be bringing them in here. I have had them in the house over the winter, which is fantastic. They basically heat the house for free and earn crypto. So it's a great way to kind of make some money and heat the house and essentially arbitrage off your energy bill over winter. So I'm going to be bringing all my box miners in here. I've got quite a few mini Doge miners and a couple Cardano miners. So I'm going to bring them in here. I'm actually also looking at investing in some I think it's the KS0 Pros, which is made by Ice River. I'm going to look at getting a couple of them, I think, as well. They look really efficient for mining KASPA. Let's just go over this side of the farms. Over here, we are currently mining 20 GPUs. These are all RTX 3070s, 10 up here, 10 down here. This actual rig is just shut down about 5 minutes ago using the HiveOS scheduler. Sun's going down, so again, I just set these by the clock, so I know that the sun goes down at roughly a certain amount of time here in Australia, so I schedule HiveOS to shut this down at a certain time, and then tomorrow morning, these beautiful little Shelly +1 devices, that's on the schedule, and that will fire up the rig, which it basically sends a circuit through to the on-off switch on the motherboard, and then we'll flick my rig on and we'll start mining. Down here, this is still running. Again, where I have a lot of rigs that are on these schedules, I don't turn them all off at the same minute and all on at the same minute of the day. I just phase them over sort of 10, 15 minutes. So, for example, I might turn this rig on at 8 o'clock. Then I'll turn this rig on at 8:05. And then I'll turn this rig on at 8:10 and 8:20 and 8:20. I don't want to smash my power board, turning on all my GPUs, all my rigs at the same time. I just want to phase it. Same as shutting down. I'll phase the shutdowns as well. This one is shut off, it has already, say at 5 o'clock. This one is shut down at 5:10, and so on. I'll just phase out that start and stop times just to take the load, and I don't want to, sort of just send a massive burst of energy to my power board. So that's just something I do. Whether it makes a difference or not, that's just what I feel comfortable doing. So again, these are all I love this rig. This is a Gigabyte gaming OC rig, 3 fan cards, all exactly the same. And I'll tell you what, just runs a treat. All the same cards on the same rig. There is still a little bit of silicone lottery, so some of the overclocks might be slightly different between cards, but generally overall, it's a really nice way to mine, just having all the same cards in the same rig. And look, if you have a little bit of OCD as well, I have a little bit. It just looks so nice having all the same cards running away there very, very nicely. So, and you'll even see that I'm mining Dynex. Dynex is a nice efficient algorithm, running quite low watts, so it doesn't tend to kill the card's wattages as well. And look, to be honest, that's another thing I like post the Ethereum merge, is these RTX 3070s aren't running at 110, 120, 30 watts. They're running at like 80 watts, so it's really kind on the cards, I find, compared to mining Ethereum and other things like Ravencoin. Again, got a Shelly smart switch down there doing all the great things, scheduling the rigs on in the morning. Over here, I've got another RTX 3070, so again, this will be another card that will go over to here. And I've also got some of the same cards in these packages here, which again, I'll do a bit of an unboxing and talk you through some of these bear market bargains that I've been leaning into in recent months. So that's those rigs there, mining Dynex at the moment. Over here, I've got a bit of a mixed rig. I brought some RTX 3070 Ti's quite close to the end of the Ethereum days. Yeah, probably not been the best cards, to be honest. And then I've also got some, I think that's a Gigabyte, I think it's a 3060, might be a Ti. And there's a couple of 36 EVGA twin fan 3060s over there. Again, another rig that I think I just need to look. To be honest, I think I'm going to sell the RTX 3070 Ti's, and I feel a lot of my farmers RTX 3070s, so that might just keep some consistency there. But again, I might just check the current price of these on the market and see what I can get for them. Up here again, another older board, an X79 board. Was great when I was mining using the RTX 3060s with the 4070.12 driver, whatever it was, but don't really need this anymore. Here I've got some, these are 3060 Ti's. Actually, they're all RTX 3060 Ti's. There's a Gigabyte versions there, and there's the MSI twin fan versions there. So again, I'm just going to deconstruct that, and you'll see here I've got like RTX 3060 Ti's, and I've got some here as well. So I'm just going to be sort of putting the rigs together and getting similar cards on similar rigs. Got I think this is an RTX 3070 up here. Needs a bit of a repad and repaste, so I just put a sticker on that. Might do a video on that. I've got quite a lot of views on my channel just over the years, been doing things like opening up the cards, repasting, repadding, just showing people what size pads is needed, and I've been getting a lot of good feedback on that. So I think one I haven't done yet is a Gigabyte RTX 3070, so I'll do that in the next few weeks, and I'll post it up on the channel. So that's about it at the moment. I just wanted to show the farm. I guess my thing I wanted to show you as well, which I'm going to be working on the next couple of days, and I'm quite excited about, and so I'll have a look down in the comments to see if anyone came back during watching the video, but this is it's an AMD card. It's an MSI RX 660. Now, if you haven't seen before, these are super efficient, and it's probably out of all the GPUs available, AMD and Nvidia, even some of the top cards, the 4070 whatever Ti's or 4090s, these still come out as some of the most efficient GPUs for mining. And what I'm planning to do this, I've actually snagged, I think I've got 23 or 24 of these. I've picked them up for hardly anything, and I'm going to be building a rig. I'll go to the office in a minute and I'll show you these cards, and I'll show you what I'm going to be mining specifically using Hashrate.io. but I picked these up at a bit of a deal. I'm going to be building, I'm going to build a rig initially just with a few of these cards. I want to test a few things out on the efficiency and the algorithms, but the plan is I'm going to be mining Dynex and Radiant Dual mining. It looks like it's a really efficient way to mine, profitability as well. So I'm going to probably set up a few cards, just mine it and test it, validate that, say, dual mining Radiant and Dynex is more efficient than, say, just mining Dynex by itself, which is a very efficient way to mine at the moment, and profitable, may I add, as well. So I'm going to be just setting this ready, taking all these cards off. I'll put a few of these RX 660s up there, test out. I'll feed back to you all and let you know how that goes. And then, yeah, if it's all good, I'm probably going to build another one of these open air rigs and just get on there 12 of these RX 660s. And I've got about 24 of them, so I'll do 2 rigs of that. And I'm going to mine that pretty hard until anything changes in the mining world. So yeah, let's go up quickly to the mining office, and I'll just show you what I'm talking about with these RX 660s. We'll come back shortly. All right, folks, welcome up to the mining office, as I call it, and yeah, just wanted to show you what I've been picking up here. So this is another one of those RX 660s that I just showed you down in the mining garage, and yeah, really nice card, twin fan, super efficient, and yeah, I've just been able to pick these up really cheap. I'm kind of setting my price limit on these at $200, and you know, I'm even finding with a few discounts, say like on eBay, I'm getting them, you know, including postage for even lower. I think the best deal I got was about 170, 180, but that was pretty extreme. But like on average, if I can snag these for $200, that's Aussie dollars tops, which I think would be about, I don't know, 120 US dollars possibly, which I just think is insane value for these, being one of the top efficiency mining cards. And I'll show you that on Hashrate IO at the moment. That's not perfect, but it's just an indication of their efficiency. But yeah, I've been picking them up individually. You see here I've got a few things. They still haven't unwrapped them yet. I've also been picking up some server PSUs. But look, I might do a bit of an unboxing and talk through some of these cards I've been buying, and also some other NVIDIA cards as well. But yeah, I've been finding people that have got some for sale. Like there's probably 3 or 4 cards in there. They've just been selling like batches of sort of 10 cards at a time, and sometimes I can snag a better deal. But basically, I've now got 24 of these in total, and I'm going to set up 2 12 card mining rigs. I've got some mining specific motherboards which have got the 12 slots in them, which I've got in another box somewhere around here. But yeah, really like these cards, and I think they're going to be a really great way to keep going in this reasonably sort of bearish mining market. And if things start to pick up, I think we're going to be sitting really pretty with mining on these lovely cards. So let me just drop the Hashrate IO, and I'm going to show you what I've been looking at in terms of this dual mining. Hi everyone, so yeah, just jumping onto hashrate.no, and I wanted to just show you what I'm seeing. There is this like GPU kind of profitability listing here. We can get a rough guide on revenue and profitability for any cards, and you know, pretty much shows all cards that are available for mining, and you can sort it in profit or revenue. You can do it per coins. And you know, one thing that I have spotted recently, and it's changed for the last few days, but these RX 660s were actually, I think they've been in the top 3 or 4, and you know, if you look at it in profitability, and to be honest, they're all 7 cents, so probably still in the top sort of 5 there. Is this RX 660, you know, it's not the most powerful card. It's definitely not the most expensive card, you know, coming in around, you know, just less than 200 Aussie dollars, and you can pay, you know, probably a couple $1,000 for these amazing cards, RTX 4090s. But for profitability, it's really strong still. And when I click onto the RX 660 to see which coins are the most profitable, this one, which is dual mining Dynex and Radiant, keeps popping in. So if you look at it, Dynex mining by itself is, see, at 43 watts, revenue 13 cents and profit 3 cents. If we do dual mining here, it says for both, a bit more power, 53 watts, revenue 19 and profit 7. Now remember as well, I am doing what I call 100% profit mining. I'm mining only when I've got my solar panels on during the day, for half a day. So I'll mine, say, for 12 hours a day. I've got no power costs there. So essentially, my view of this is, well,
could I be mining at 19 cents revenue per one of these cards or 13 cents revenue? So given that I've got free power, I've got to really focus on trying to get this 19 to 20 cents revenue per day per card. And also, if I'm mining for half day, it's 10 cents, and that's pure profit, versus here 6.5, 7 cents. So I'm really going to have a good look at this. I'm actually also interested in Sky Doge. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a keeper or one I want to hodl. But Sky Doge seems to be reasonably profitable as well. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to set up those few cards I could talk to you about with these new RX 660s that I've just got delivered. I'm going to set up one running just Dynex. I'm going to set up another card running Dynex and Radiant, and then I'm just going to test that. Just going to run it for a few days. Let me just see, because I have heard that Hashrate.no is not always the most accurate. Let me check what my profitability and my revenue is, and then I'll come back and I'll validate to you. And yeah, whichever it is, and hopefully it's the dual mining, I'm going to get 2 12 card rigs, so 24 cards in total mining on this, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I am also interested, like I said, in this Sky Doge coin. I might just get a couple cards running in this, and I'll let you know how it goes. So yeah, thanks for watching. It'd be really great to hear if anyone's been doing this dual mining, Dynex and Radiant, and if this is standing true. It is a lot more, I'd almost say 50% more profitable plus, and doing the dual mining versus Dynex alone, which is still quite profitable in itself. So yeah, appreciate any comments, feedback, and yeah, be keen to hear how you think my current strategy is. And as always, appreciate the likes, the thumbs ups. Please subscribe, and I'll come back to you soon and let you know how all this is going. Thanks for watching.